Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the story of a farmer named Kishore. And it's a fascinating story because on the surface, it's all about prosperity and success, but it's also about the silent, almost invisible costs that can come with it. And this quote right here, this bit of wisdom from his father, it really hangs over this entire story. It starts out as just a piece of old folklore, but as you'll see, it becomes a powerful and kind of chilling prophecy for Kishore's life. All right, so let's meet Kishore. If you were to just look at his life from the outside, you'd think, wow, this guy has really made it. He's a success story. He embraced a new way of doing things and, well, he got the rewards. But deep down, something just feels off. And that transformation, it starts with the most basic thing imaginable, his home. The simple mud house from his past, it's gone. In its place, there's a new, sturdy brick house. It's the first thing you'd notice. A really clear physical sign that everything has changed. And it's not just the house. This progress is everywhere. He's way more productive now, farming 3 crops a year. He owns a motorcycle and a tractor. These are the tools of modern efficiency. His daughter's going to a new school, and the community even has a doctor. On paper, it's the absolute picture of a better life. But here's the central puzzle, right? With all these real, tangible improvements, Kishore isn't happy. He's got this growing feeling of unease, like something is fundamentally wrong. And this disconnect, this gap between his outward success and his inner turmoil, that's the key to his whole story. So to really get why he feels this way, we have to look at the land itself. We have to see how it's changed, because along with that change, the very things a farmer worries about have completely shifted. And this is the silent cost of all that new efficiency. The natural world he grew up with is just vanishing. The pond he used to fish in is empty. The wells run dry. The soil itself feels hard, lifeless, no earthworms. And then, the most ominous sign of all, the birds are gone. This completely changes his anxieties. Think about it. He used to worry about natural things, rain, pests, the stuff farmers have always worried about for centuries. But now, his worries are totally different. They're unnatural. They're man-made problems, like foul irrigation water and soil that feels dead and sterile. So what's causing all this? It's the system he's a part of now, contract farming. He's not really an independent farmer anymore. See, a factory gives him everything, the seeds, the chemicals, all of it. His only job is to grow their specific crops and then sell the harvest right back to them. It's become a totally mechanical process. And a system like that, well, it starts to get at something much deeper. It didn't just change his land. It started to change his very idea of who he was. He had this sudden, really stark realization. He wasn't the master of his own craft anymore. He wasn't a farmer in the way he'd always understood it. He was just a small, replaceable part in a huge industrial machine, just a cog. So the soul of the work was just gone. That simple joy of seeing a healthy crop stand tall in the field, that pride you feel in the harvest, it was all replaced by a feeling of just mechanical duty. He was just performing tasks he was told to do. And this led him to ask himself a really devastating question. Okay, yes, he was richer in money, in possessions, but the trade-off was his happiness. Was that price actually worth paying? And once you start down that path, the questions just get deeper. He started to question the morality of it all. Was this way of farming right? Was he a caretaker of the land anymore? Or was he now part of its destruction? Which all leads to the ultimate crisis of his identity. If he's no longer taking care of the soil, the water, that whole ecosystem, could he even really call himself a farmer? The title he'd had his whole life suddenly felt empty. All of these internal doubts, this quiet unraveling of his life and who he was, it all finally came to a head with one final and truly deafening silence from the world around him. You see, there's a bird called the cool, and its song is the classic sound of spring arriving. It's a sound of renewal, of life coming back. But one year, that familiar, dependable sound just wasn't there. And in that silence, he understood. His father's warning from all those years ago had finally, literally, come true. The last bird was gone. Nothing good was happening. The silent harvest was finally complete. Kishore's story is such a powerful parable for our time, isn't it? It forces us to look past the easy measurements of success and ask a much harder question. What is the true price of progress? What are the quiet, irreplaceable things we might be losing? And what birds have stopped singing in our own lives?